Hello everyone, Sweetie here with a new art journal tutorial. This week's art journal prompt is monochromatic. Let's begin. Today I'll be working with Sigma cardstock. It's 180 GSM, so I'm hoping it will take water well. Now I'll just use a scrap paper to have a defined edge while I paint using sap green acrylic paint. To have more elements on this, I'll add some gold dust to it. And here's when I start making some mistakes. The gold dust fell all over the journal and I used this same wet brush to put it back in, and you'll see how I splashed some paint in a non-artistic way. So now I was sure where my other elements will go to hide this mistake. Okay, so I do the same step on the other side as well. Let's start working on the various elements that this page will have. First is the sentiment. I have this small piece of paper and I'll distress the edges using a paper cutter. I'll use this really pretty stamp set for the sentiment. Since the page will have a moss type of effect and lots of flowers, I think this coat really goes well with the overall theme. Also, this is dedicated to a friend who recently began a new life in a way. So yeah, change is a good thing. Anyways, you'll have to stamp each letter, placing them close enough to look like their one word stamp. And I simply love the effect. As you saw, I didn't clean my stamp after each letter, and I'll just clean them all at once I'm done stamping. This really saves time. Now distress the edges using evergreen bow, and then for a more vintagey look with roasted chestnut. Once my sentiment is ready, I'll mat it to a piece of paper which will have the same green and golden color combination. I darken the edges of this green paper as well as of the sentiment using black ink. Now let's begin work on the flowers. I stamped some Heartfelt Creations flowers using green archival ink. I cut them out using matching dies. To give them a more vintage look, I'll distress the cutouts. Now evergreen bow is a bright and happy color, so I toned it down by distressing with a brownish color. As you can see, I have already done the same to the rest of the cutouts. Keep the flower on your fingertip and then distress it. This way you get a more graded look and it leaves no white edges. I don't have any fancy tools to shape my flowers, so I'm working with the smooth tip of a pen to just press down the flowers to a foam that I saved from packaging. I simply press the petals on the back side and the mid of the flower at the front. You can also use the back side of a brush. I shape the leaves in the opposite way, that is pressing it in the front on the front side. I think this stamp is lovely and it will bring together the moss look that I'm going for. I haven't matted this rubber stamp on a block, so I'll just lay it flat, ink it up and press my paper to ensure that I get the whole image and an even look. I won't bore you with my coloring skills. Back to the main panel. I'm working with a brick stencil and modeling paste for a really nice looking wall sort of effect. I make sure that I cover the areas around the place where the sentiment will go. I water down the same green color and move my paper to let it move around the bricks. I'm really happy with the result, and when I soak up the excess with a dry tissue, you see the odd texture that really looks like so natural. I repeat the process for a layered look until I'm happy with it. To add interest, I'm using some random stamps with olive and black archival inks, and this one is a stamp of a map. And this one is a stamp of a map and therefore has so many lines. I just love it with the moss as it gives a sort of cracked walls look that's just perfect for the look I want. My background is now ready and I'll start assembling my page. I'll start with matting the sentiment. I then added some black highlights to the sentiment. Now I have this pretty yarn which looks like moss again, and I thought it will be a good idea to use it on this page. Now I move everything around to see what I like best. To tell you the truth, it was only while coloring that boy that I realized I needed to color him green for a monochromatic look. So I dulled his skin color with a very light tone of green and brown. Once I was happy with the placement, I glued everything down and added stones and pearls to the flowers. I just want to let you know that all the supplies used in this tutorial are listed in the description box below, and for a more detailed version, please visit my blog. After adding some white highlights to the words, I realized I wanted some glitter as well. So I'm using some glitter glue in green all over the flowers and the leaves, spreading them with a dry brush. I'll now cut out the excess. At this point, I wanted to call it done, but I had some dark green glitter lying around, so I added some white glue here and there, put that glitter, and I just love the result. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and got some ideas and inspiration. If yes, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. This lets me know that you enjoy my tutorials and encourages me to make more. Thanks for watching.